Hey guys, Frank here and welcome to this short episode of Digital Classroom in which we look at a lighting setup for a really cool shot with a horror clown. So as you can see, sometimes in our studio we love to experiment with storytelling. Storytelling is for me one of the most vital parts of photography. Now you can do storytelling many different ways. You can do it with the expression of a model, you can do it with styling and of course with lighting and color. In other words, all the elements together create the story that you want to tell. Now, in all honesty, I've done this before. A few years ago, one of the assignments for me was to shoot a great shot against gray seamless. And I'm not really into gray seamless. And I was going like, can I also use this gray seamless in a different way? And I was allowed to use it any way I wanted. So at that point I thought, why not let the model come through the gray seamless and create a great shot like that? In the end we ended up with a lot of backlighting and the model holding a big camera looking towards my camera. And I thought it was a pretty cool shot. A few years later I did the same thing on a live stage at the photography show in the UK. And I thought, you know what, I've done it twice with fashion and portraits. Let's do it today totally differently. So here you see Felisa as our horror clown, and as I mentioned before, storytelling is also part, of course, about styling and lighting. Now the first setup was actually with a softbox aimed straight at our model. We created a nice vignette in Photoshop, but as you can see, the image has a really nice impact, but it's a little bit flat. Now sometimes, of course, we want a little bit more dimension in our light. And that's the part where we start to move the light around, but also use more focused light sources. In this case I'm using one of my favorite light sources, a strip light with a grid. The nice thing about a strip light is that it lights a complete area, but only on the long side. And the shorter side is a very nice light that you can focus on your model. So you can literally light a full model and don't have any spill light. Now this effect is actually extended by using our grid. Now an egg grid in a softbox is awesome because it really steers the light towards your model, but it also creates a little bit of a more crispy look in your image. So in this case we're using our strip light from the side on our model. Now in this set we also used a little bit of smoke coming from the back and of course a red gel, as you can see in the video. Now for the red gel we're using a large reflector. The reason I'm using a large reflector in the back is because, well, at the front we have plenty of light. But in the back we have our model blocking the light source and of course also the paper blocking the light source. So in the back, also because I'm using a gel, I need a lot of light. So that's why we're using a larger reflector. The larger reflector focuses the light and gives you more light output. Those reflectors are also awesome for outside work. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the images and a little behind the scenes video of this fun shoot. As you can see, the images are, I think, really great. They really give you that vibe of a horror movie. But you know what? Sometimes color doesn't tell you the whole story. Now, we all know that black and white gives you a totally different look on your images. Now, some people think that black and white is just taking out the color information, and that's not completely true. Think about the old way of black and white photography. Now, it wasn't just that you bought a roll of film in black and white. Now, you actually could use filters in front of your lens and create different looks from your black and white photography. Also with your styling and your makeup, it's very important when you shoot black and white that you take care of the colors you use. You don't want to model with black lips, or maybe you do. Nowadays we don't have to use filters while shooting anymore. We can just do it in Photoshop or Lightroom with our little bit of a tweaking in our RAW converter. So we got a lot more creativity with our black and whites. Now when I think about horror movies, I often think about black and white, maybe the old style movies. Film noir is great for horror, of course. So that's why from this set we also created a complete set with only the black and white versions. So let's take a look at those images. And as you can see, we shot the set with two totally different looks. The color versions, which I absolutely like, especially the ones lit from the side. It really gives you that nice attention focus on your model and that creepy look. But we also did the black and white version. Now, how you edit your black and whites is 100% personal. In this case, I like very, very high contrast, maybe add a little bit of noise, and you have instant art. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching. If you like these smaller videos, let us know in the comments below. And if you have any questions or stuff that you struggle with, just ask them in the questions below and maybe you will find your question answered in the next video in our digital classroom series. See you again next time. Bye guys.